Thank you everyone for joining this webinar. So before going to start this webinar, I would like to introduce Mr. Nilesh Desai sir, who is going to take forward this particular webinar. Mr. Nilesh Desai, founder and CEO of SMEA Analytics. He is an MSME expert and is the author of the book The Unexplored Gold Mine, author of the opportunities in the reveal of the big MSMEs. He is fond of writing daily newsletters to spread awareness about the MSME world. Mr. Desai has a vast experience, around 41 years in the engineering industry. Mr. Desai has a widespread knowledge in MSME and he is working towards increasing the operational efficiency of the MSME unit. He is a member in various committees and presents the interest of MSME. He has traveled extensively and has business association in Australia. Dear sir, please take this forward.
Everybody, most welcome to very innovative webinar. Here. Next slide, please. Today's webinar is on digitization of MSME. See, next slide. The Prime Minister of India has given a clarion call for reaching $5 trillion economy by 2024-25. We estimate the assets created in MSMEs will be in the range of 300 to 400 lakh crores. We have to increase the operational efficiency of existing assets by 7 to 8% year on year for next 3 years, which will create 3 to 4 crore low skill jobs and increase the possibility of retaining 1 crore jobs in existing MSMEs. This can be achieved. This can be achieved by awareness about balance sheet and profit and loss analysis to give 52 ratios, which will be given by us free of cost. By quarterly measuring changes happening in the soft skill and hard skill of workers, their ability to learn and multi-skills, etc., will increase the operational efficiency, also will improve teamwork, communication, quality, and innovations, and reduce absenteeism as well as attrition. These are the benefits of measuring quarterly changes in workers. The third pillar is digital transformation and adoption of technologies. In today's webinar session, I will be explaining about various aspects of digital technologies. See, today, MSMEs, many MSMEs does not have a website. In MSME, which is in the business having a turnover more than 50 lakhs, should have website. Having a website is not just about selling your goods and services. It also provides something of value to your potential customer. See, many people think website is an expenditure. So when you go to any business meeting, you present your visiting card. This website becomes your visiting card for global customers. So when you have got a website, many people who are looking for your services or your goods will be approaching through this. Website today made by one good web designer in 10,000 to 15,000 rupees, and the cost will be, repetitive cost will be in range of 2,000 to 3,000 per year, which is less cup of tea every day. Because of COVID in last 2 years, many customers have adopted digital skills to reduce personal movement around. So your website should give location, product, service details, and many such things with possible catalog. This will reduce the customers visiting, necessary for visiting, he can narrow down and contact you. Next slide. It is found that 80 to 90% of MSME units below a turnover 1 crore do not have websites. They should seriously think having a website. Website increases business productivity because less time is spent on explaining product or services detailed to customer, as it is available 24/7 in your website. So once the customer is understood his own requirement and your product offering, will like to have more interaction, so that this will reduce the intensity of cold call and increase the productivity of your business. Generally, there are 3 kinds of websites will be there. Informal website. The main purpose of this is to give clear information and to simply show what you can offer to the customers. This will generate leads. Next slide. E-catalog. An electronic catalog is a supplement or in some cases replacement of traditional printed catalog, where buyers can view a company's entire product line. Once the buyer are interested in their product, they can use the contact form to express their interest. This will be a hot inquiry sort of thing, where your chances of getting business increases. E-commerce. Nowadays, e-commerce is also known as electronic commerce, which will have an online shopping cart where you are able to purchase service or goods. Amazon, Flipkart, and many such Myntra, all are e-commerce websites. And for every product, now practically, specialized e-commerce websites are coming where, say for organic food also, you can get only organic food item. Next slide, please. Next slide. And this is first website. Second thing which MSME can adopt is search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is very powerful marketing tool. SEO helps marketing business owners to build brand awareness and acknowledgement from various customers, and also direct the potential customer to website and eventually increases conversion rate. See, lately when I've started using LinkedIn and other form of publicity, my website traffic has considerably increased. This will give me a marketing edge for my product. Then second thing is social media marketing. MSMEs communicate with their audience through traditional media like newspapers, etc. But a well-planned and well-executed social media marketing strategy do wonders in building loyal customer base. Today, customers have to be reminded of your offering 24/7, 365. So the social media marketing will help you to reach that. The first goal of B2B social media marketing is to build a brand. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube are various platforms. Instagram can help you, to be available on social media for wider reach. See also, Josh, Snapchat, Takatak, etc. also can be used depending on what kind of business you are. Where you are in B2C, then probably this Josh and other kind of this thing will be useful. Then see, I have also already explained about the importance of website, SEO and SMM. Now I will be explaining the need of cloud computing. Next slide. Cloud computing will help MSME to avoid huge capital investment upfront, and this will increase operational efficiency as data is stored in the cloud, thus reducing the need of servers for adopting cloud computing. The main barrier is concern about the data security, followed by awareness. There is very less awareness of use of cloud computing in MSME. This is generally many like AWS, Google, they are offering these services, and many small players also which are efficient have come out in the market where they will hold the data in the cloud. They've got various data centers, and data centers will be in 2 or 3 geographical locations. So, like suppose if Russia-Ukraine war, if there is something happening on the data center, other data centers, your data will be saved. Next slide, please. Now, after understanding cloud, you have to understand CRM, customer relationship management. Though MSME have improved a lot in technological front, and still there is a strategic gap when it comes to growing profitable customers over the years. CRM can help to successfully identify, acquire, and retain their clients. And so many root cause of the problem of MSME, no proper follow-up or delayed response. Suppose if you have gone to some customer and they say come after 3 days, and if the data is not there in the CRM system, after 3 days you may forget. So you may lose a possible business because there is no follow-up. Multiple point of data entry. This is another problem. See, marketing man may enter the data in different computer, and account fellow may have some other data for payment follow-ups and other things. If there is no coordination between the people inside the organization, it will create a confusion in customer's mind. And confusing a customer is a very dangerous sign. Then managing multiple sales team. There will be geographical expansion of your sales team, or you may have a nuclear branch sales or residential representative to expand your business. So what is happening at Hyderabad may not be known to a person in Vizag. With CRM, he can understand what is happening. Next slide, please. Unable to track payment and invoices. This is one of the challenge for MSME of managing their working capital. And if there is no coordination between marketing and accounts, the payment and invoice may not go, and then payment gets stuck up. Unresolved customer complaints. When they have problem, that is the right time to build relationship. 90% of our customers come from referrals. See, 90% of our customers come from referral. Then limited manpower. Limited manpower is another problem of MSME. They do not have large manpower, so they will be requiring multi-skilled people in their workforce. Wrong external internal customer communication and coordination. Losing leads, customer, either you forget about that leads or someone use your data. This is again a dangerous signal. There are many CRM systems available which are free of cost or at very marginal cost. I will not recommend any specific CRM tools, but many are available, and I request entrepreneurs to look into that. Then another critical thing is ERP, shortly known, fully known as Enterprise Resource Planning. Any MSME unit will have many machinery, many kind of people, many kind of infrastructure. But if they are not managed interconnectedly, they'll be underutilizing or overutilizing some assets. Both are dangerous. So enterprise resource planning is an integrated management of main business processes, often in real time, and mediated by software and technology. Many low-cost ERP solutions are available in the market, and with the implementation of ERP in MSME, it is found that productivity is increasing and substantially cost reduction is achieved. Particularly Tele kind of software, they have promoted ERP 9, and many entrepreneurs who are using Tele for 10 years, 5 years, they are not aware of the new features which Tele or a similar kind of accounting software are adding, and they miss out to look for available resources in their own enterprise. Many accounting packages are coming with ERP modules, simple ERP module like inventory management, payment, aging statement, ratios, marketing integration, all that are available. So I will recommend ERP adoption. We are also developing ERP for customized ERP for one company with a turnover of 18-20 crores, and we feel that with the full implementation of ERP, the real-time profit will increase by 2 to 3%, and 20 crore 2 to 3% is a substantial change in profitability. Next slide, please. Next slide. Another important thing is data mining. See, MSMEs are sitting on gold mine of data. First, you should understand that data available with you is a mine. If they analyze the data properly, they will get a larger market share. Suppose if you are 10 years old company, and if you go for your 10 years data, you'll find that many customers which were there with you 5 years back, they left you. If you who are there in the 5 years, also if you know the potential of them buying, you thinking, okay, what are the reasons why they are not buying from us? Recent COVID thing, and many multinationals have adopted China Plus One strategy that is giving a very big opportunity for Indian MSME to that gap can be filled by many MSMEs in India. The data mining and data warehousing offers a sophisticated sets of tools to extract customer data in analytical CRM framework. See, when you go for you think for IPO, if repeat customer of many times gets better valuation than one-time customer, and out of your own data, which is available with you in your computers or in your data. Interestingly, although MSMEs this is very critical to understand. Interestingly, although MSME have a strong focus on customer, suppliers, employees, and other stakeholders, they have not well implemented the principle of e-business in their marketing strategy. And once you do this data analysis for your customers, you will be able to apply various SMM tool or SEO and all other things, including your website. You can create a dynamic website so that new orders, what you have got, or new credential certificates can be loaded on your website, which will attract the attention of new customers. Next slide, please. The data mining is an analysis of automation and semi-automation for the discovery of meaningful relationship and rule from a large amount of data in a database. The data mining technique can perform one or more of the following modeling tasks. This may be little complicated, but these are the tasks which can be done by data mining: associations, classifications, clustering, forecasting, regressions, sequence discovery, and visualization. See, I am using visualization for my HR tool which gives me understanding of the various psychology of workers as well as the entrepreneurs, and that gives me a new insight to understand. Now, giving a brief of all general purpose this thing, later also I'll come back to more of this thing, but I would like to touch upon various technology which are available for adoption at different stage of your growth for MSME. In this digital era, many cutting-edge technologies exist. These include augmented reality, virtual reality, 3D printing, data mining, I've already explained, blockchain, artificial intelligence, machine learning, supervised broadband, nanotechnology, robotic process automation, and many more. Next slide, please. The above is an indication, and many more technologies are getting developed. Even recently, Web3 and Metaverse are a accumulation of all these technologies to go to next level. The main reason for lower technology adoption rate in MSMEs are awareness about relevant technologies for the respective business functions. This is very critical. You don't know whether this kind of tool or technology is available. Many of the tools or technologies may be available free, or they may be available as SaaS product. That means software as a service. So that costs much lower, higher initial cost. So with the SaaS model developing very fast, the cost, initial capital cost has come down considerably. Only because there is no awareness, you don't use it. Fear of change and that of ROI. Many technology adoptions may be reasonably slow, and you are not sure of return on investment. But in a long term of a year or two, if you look, they are giving far better return. But you should invest in existing manpower to get trained, or to hire external manpower suitable for that particular function. And today, with the many people are available on a contract basis for 1 month or 2 months, you can look for them. They come with their expertise and known as gig workers. They come, complete the project, collect their money and go. So gig worker also is very critical. Next. Then I will explain about artificial intelligence. Use of artificial intelligence, machine learning and various algorithms is quickly being adopted. The best popular example of artificial intelligence in our daily life is Siri and Alexa. My grandchildren are using Alexa and Siri. They order Siri, what is your age? You are a male or female. They get fun out of it. Alexa can give a lot of songs. So these are traditionally used not by people like me, who is the age group of 70 and other things, but my grandchildren age group of 10 and this thing. They are using this extensively, and these both are using artificial intelligence. They understand the voice command and they convert and then take out that from this thing, and they continuously learn. Traditionally, computers designed to give output simply based on the input information, but they were not designed to learn. Computers that use machine learning the way human does turn those into a concept, and they continuously learn. Next. Use of artificial intelligence, machine learning, MSME can leverage the benefits of technology for better customer satisfaction, cost reduction, and with improved quality and delivery. Particularly, key functions where MSME can use AI and ML easily and cost effectively, product quality assurance. See, many MSME companies are using ISO certification. So if they will have to keep the consistent quality, they can use this for checking their quality variance and correct marketing. customer service, cyber security, business scheduling and appointment, estimate of manpower requirement and recruitment. And I have advised earlier also many MSME to prepare their annual budget for CapEx and OpEx, and then depending on the CapEx, they will be requiring additional manpower. So this kind of AI and ML algorithm will help them to identify the possible likely gap in that manpower requirement, and that will ultimately help in recruitment. Many all these services are provided by various vendors, so depending on your size and intensity, you can search and use that. Now, next most critical is IIoT, that is Industrial Internet of Things. Many, we have started using IoT in our house. In advanced economic like USA or Australia, where you are near your house, you can ask your, you can press a button and your garage door will be open so that you can park your car inside. That is a simple use of IoT. Second use is a lot of lights are available with sensor, and they change their consumption of power depending on the lumens available from natural daylight, and they adjust. That reduces power consumption. So similarly, we can use IoT for our industrial application. Slow and steadily, IIoT is helping MSME to understand their shop floor machinery by use of various sensors, the data collecting instruments, and computers. Many predictive maintenance of machine product measurement of the machine and many such functions can be done, which reduces time. In any production unit, that machine downtime will affect your deliveries to your customer. So if a particular machine is giving a typical noise for the bearings, that advance notice can come to the management, and they can plan the schedule maintenance and either re-grease it or change the bearings or cracks developed in the shaft. All this can be learned by various sensor, which can be noise based or which can be many other functions. So this will help you to plan your maintenance and thus improve the productivity. Early signals, a fan belt has been having a crack or it is becoming weak. Changing a V-belt will not take time, but if it is not available in the store and you have to rush, the machine will have a breakdown for 1 hour or 2 hours till that comes. So there are many more functions which can be done by IIoT, like remotely measure and even optimize power consumptions, detect water leakages in supply pipeline, and many such functions. IoT is becoming IIoT is becoming a very big subject, and people who are adopting faster are reaping much bigger advantages. So I will suggest many of my MSME friends to adopt. Next slide. MSME can now manage their resources efficiently and effectively, create smarter products, and build smarter services using the power of IIoT and associated technology. Challenge of scalability and replicability of the owner's experience and personal skills, which are perhaps the biggest concern among MSME, can be dealt with quite effectively by IIoT. Finally, IIoT itself is a great opportunity for innovation and new product or service or even business models. Corona has taught us to change our business model which earlier we were having a traditional business model, but now if we do not have digital technology or digital transformation as a part of our business model, we will be vanishing from the business since in no time. The proactive move in this direction would ensure that MSMEs find the path to growing into a dominant component of the emerging smart economy. India is changing, and our PM is asking, and we have to move to smart economy. Today's economic time says that Niti Aayog is going to monitor at a cabinet sector level 31 various parameters on which India is getting rated by various rating agency, and then understanding that and making corrections in our models for government of India, ease of doing business model in government of India. Now I will go to the next topic, business process automation. There are many repetitive jobs in daily functioning of SME. Simply automizing them will reduce human error. See, I have found in my earlier experience as an entrepreneur, 15% of my time was getting lost because of some human error, and correcting that, which can be saved by business process automation. I am having a pictorial slide of 5 or 6 slides. Business process automation, there are many repetitive jobs in daily functioning of MSM. Simply automizing them will reduce human error. These slides, you can understand how they will change. Next, please. This is again best practices for business automation and the areas where it can be applied. But a well-defined goal is a must. Right process is must. Right tool is a must. A backup plan should be must. User training, employees involvement, clear hierarchy. These are all will help you to improve your existing business process. Next. Key benefits of business process automation: metrics visibility, improved operational efficiency, reduced turnaround, reduce cost, customer satisfaction, better collaboration, improved productivity, and create accountability and eliminate human error. These are the advantages. Next slide, please. Real-time, these are real-time execution should be there. Increase cost. These are all business process optimization. This will be derived benefit, and many ideas will generate because of this. And process management and oversight will be developed in the organization. Next slide, please. BPS cycle with monitoring. See, first analyze, discover, and documentation of existing workflow, management, optimize of individual processes, automation, integration of application used in overall workflow, then monitoring, and then again this cycle will go on continuously till you are optimize your results. Next slide, please. Other technologies. See, there are many other technologies. AR and VR are solely getting accepted by MSME and other players. The real estate developer can virtually try customers how the model flat or villa room looks like. So the customer does not have to go to villa every time, and every room can be seen at the comfort of his office. This is the best case for AR. And see, few startups have developed module like how to use vernier caliper, micrometer, etc. Thus, will upgrade the skills of workers much faster, because he will be able to connect real time and understand. Then another technology is blockchain technology, popular use in cryptocurrency. But for MSME, their self invoice can be put on blockchain, and these invoices can be described can be discounted by financially intermediary, because you cannot change the invoice. No correction is possible. Thus helping MSME unit for better working capital management. With so many technologies and huge spectrum of various technology, for each technology, many articles and implementation methods are available, so that entrepreneurs can take a lead and set further adaptively as one unit. After this, we'll stop that. Next slide. Examine the areas where they are adopting. Most of the entrepreneurs have some sort of accounting software. We'll stop here and we'll go to thank you and other slides. Because time is less. See, this is the services what we are providing. Earlier. One more. The services what we are providing, we have developed a Babaji tool where you will be able to analyze your balance sheet and profit and loss and to get 52 ratios. So that will give you how to optimize your available resources and thus increase the profitability. We are also developing HR tool where every quarter will be measuring the change in your workers' soft skill and hard skill. This will give a better control and it will improve teamwork, communication, innovations, and quality. Also reduce absenteeism and attrition. We are also providing mentorship and advisory service to startup and MSME unit. And ultimately, we want to develop a Z-score for MSME to manage insolvency risk and also reduce the rate of growth of NPA in the banking sector. I am also permanent resident of Australia and also citizen of India. I am ready to offer my service as director for Australian companies who want to expand in India. Similarly, I am ready to offer my service for Indian companies to expand in Australia. Next slide. We offer digital. My next webinar will be on human resources, hard skill and soft skill. This is a very critical subject which will be taken up by me on 26/3 at 4 o'clock. Thank you. Next slide, please. I request all the people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Earlier webinars will be available, so you can understand them. This is a part of my next book, Churn or Burn. So I call many entrepreneurs as accidental entrepreneur. Thank you. These are my coordinates. Next slide. Thank you, please. Before we start question answer, we'll have a small video which gives how difficult thing can be done easily by practice. See how concentration can work. That is what we are trying to tell in this video. Now we are open for question answers. Who is going to moderate?
So first question is, how do you plan to communicate the change?
What is the question again?
How do you plan to communicate the change?
Plan the?
Communicate the change.
You are talking about HR or what? The question is not clear.
Okay. The question is, how do you plan to communicate the change from digitization?
See, as in the beginning of my this thing, there are three things which are very critical, which are shown. One of the things is digitization. With COVID, the international the business possibility has increased, and more particularly with about 3 lakh crore PLI schemes, larger in 13 sectors or 14 sectors. MSME is a critical function of supply chain, and reducing cost continuously, eliminating by any wastage is a critical function, and repetitive works are one of the hindrance for improving your efficiency. Like that, all the technologies at a different time frame of your growth, you can adapt and continuously either reduce the cost, increase the efficiency, or improve the market performance. Next question, please.
What is the purpose of business process automation?
The business process automation, the purpose is to identify repeat jobs and whether it can be automated. And see, repeat job, the problem is with human brain. Human brain gets fatigued. Till certain level, it will accelerate to learn, stabilize. But after that, if this is repeated, it will start a fatigue, and then the performance goes down. So by automation or by business process automation, these errors can be reduced, and human brain can be allocated for better interpretation rather than doing repeat jobs.
How AI will impact the accounting and finance industry?
AI and finance industry is has already started getting affected. If at a higher end of financing, a lot of AI and ML is getting used, but for particularly MSMEs, as our topic is for MSME, AI and blockchain will give a more reliability of your invoices. AI can also reduce by use of Siri as well as Alexa kind of thing, or autonomous car. All that is a step in the direction of reducing human intervention. Next, please.
How do we know whether the digital transformation is working at your organization?
At my organization, yes, I am, with my age of 70, I am still trying to understand, read, discuss with my young team and find out how it can be automated. And whenever their suggestions are good, I try to implement immediately. I don't work on management by postponement. And that is really helping in various improvements.
How to identify whether our digital strategy in line with our business strategy?
First thing is digital strategy has to come out from your business strategy, and they are closely interrelated. And business strategy has to come from your vision, mission, value, from that. And as the year passes or month passes, you'll have to go on realigning everything with that continuously. So digital transformation, the change has happened, will be either reflected in improved manpower utilization or reduction in marketing cost of calls, or better coordination of working capital. Everything will be coming out, and this is a continuous process, never ending. So go on adapting new technologies as and when you are ready, but don't mingle with your business model. And it may happen that because of digital transformation, there may be need for changing the business model, but vision and mission statements are to be kept in sight continuously.
Someone wanted to talk. Someone wanted to talk.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Srinivas, please go
Yeah.
ahead. A photo I cannot see.
We will, if we start speaking.
No, but our video is not there. My photo is not there. Stop video. Show my photo, na?
जी नमस्कार.
My photo.
That is visible to us.
हेलो
नमस्कार श्रीनिवास जी.
जी साहब, मैं अभी आप वो अभी बोल रहे ना, अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया और इंडिया बोल के
हाँ.
हमारा अभी एमएसएमई यूनिट का ऑफिस हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया में खोलना चाहे तो आपसे कुछ सर्विस दे सकते हैं?
हाँ, मेरा सर्विस ये सब पेड सर्विस है. मैं
हाँ.
आपका कंपनी ऑस्ट्रेलिया में डायरेक्टर का जरूरत है तो मैं उधर डायरेक्टर बन सकता हूँ, जिससे
डायरेक्टर नहीं साहब, हमारा ऑफिस ऑस्ट्रेलिया में खोलना चाह रहा हूँ.
हाँ, तो वो कर सकते हैं. वो मंथली चार्जेस डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा, क्या क्या सर्विस चाहिए वो सब डिसाइड करके कर सकते हैं.
अभी क्या
मैं अभी एक ऑस्ट्रेलियन कंपनी का इंडिया में डायरेक्टर हूँ.
हाँ.
वो फर्टिलाइजर में, लिक्विड फर्टिलाइजर में है, उसका इंटरेस्ट मैं इंडिया में रिप्रेजेंट करता हूँ.
ठीक है.
वैसा
हमारे लिए
बोलिए श्रीनिवास जी.
हमारे लिए ऑफिस अभी क्या है, कॉटन बेल्स ऑस्ट्रेलिया से आना जाना रिश्ता बनने के लिए तैयार है. उसलिए हम ऑफिस खोले तो थोड़ा
ये साल के एंड तक अमेरिका, इंडिया, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट बनने का चांस है. फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट बन गया, उसमें क्या क्या टैरिफ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस आते हैं उसके हिसाब से पॉसिबिलिटी देख सकते हैं.
हाँ ठीक है.
मैं फिर महीने 2-3 मंथ में फिर एक बार ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाऊंगा. जितनी बार जरूरत पड़ी उतनी बार मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाऊंगा, और ऑस्ट्रेलिया से इधर बार बार जाता आता रहूंगा. पहले 4-5 साल पहले मैं बहुत बार गया था. हर 2 महीने को 15 दिन 10 दिन ऑस्ट्रेलिया गया था. हाँ,
अभी ये मौका है तो थोड़ा मेरे को इन्फॉर्मेशन दो साहब, हम बोलना चाह रहा हूँ.
आप आइएगा ना. आप हैदराबाद को सवेरे बात हुई थी आज कल सवेरे आप हैदराबाद आइए तो बात करेंगे. अभी मेरा ऑफिस शिफ्ट हो रहा है. तो वो इधर मेरी पुरानी ऑफिस के नजदीक में ही है. तो आपको मेरा वेबसाइट में मेरा एड्रेस है.
ठीक है सर.
ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
Do you think fintech is more secure and conventional over the traditional banking and financial work when it comes to digitalization?
See, if you are talking about fintech or you are talking about nano banks, it differentiates. Fintech definitely, see, with secured cloud and unsecured cloud, private cloud, lot of fintech security features have been added, but it does not mean that cyber security should be neglected. Cyber security has to be taken into consideration, but fintech is definitely making the changes in traditional banking approach all over world, and fintech is coming as a alternative, and our RBI is also allowed aggregator model to come up. So fintech is definitely will change a lot of things, like computer change our banking industry in 1980s. Fintech is going to change, and any traditional bank will have to come out of the slumber and adapt to the changes coming in fintech. What is the next part of the subject question?
Exposing internal systems or data creates a potential security risk. Does IT have a strategy or methodology to ensure that IT systems are data are safe?
See, for a MSME, this is not a very big critical threat. See, for your critical data, you may not go to cloud and you can have your own server. But it depends on where you are and what you want to achieve and what are the steps which are required to ensure the cyber security. Next.
We expect an increase in data and traffic. We expect an increase in data and traffic. Does IT have a scaling strategy that can handle the extra load or peaks at a decent cost?
Yes, see, if you are having, if you are on a cloud, any amount of data can be stored, and because there are data centers worldwide, many possibilities, many existing technologies can be adopted and it can be scalable. Definitely it can be scalable.
To what extent do you streamline your process before distillation?
See, this is a egg and chicken situation. So first you identify what is exactly, map your existing processes and start very low risk, high manpower saving processes to automate, and then next like that. It is a continuous process. That is why in the cycle I have shown that 3, 4 times, 5 times you will have to do that to optimize the BPO. That is business process automation. Next.
What is the difference between information infrastructure and digital infrastructure?
I am not sure. So if there are no more questions, my next webinar on 26/3 will be on at human resources, soft skill and hard skill. See, as in a factory, we hire the workers on their hard skill basis. But if we can measure their soft skill regularly, then it will be possible to identify many information gap in your existing teamwork and other things. You see, in many industries, it can bring down the rate of accidents also. It can bring down new ideas and innovation, because workers are very close to the machine, and over a span of time, they come out with an excellent idea. See, about 40, 50 years back, CNC machine was new to India, and one company in Gujarat, Elecon, they have brought a CNC machine from foreign country, and they had a shade in which they want to put this. They dug the foundation pit. Now there was no crane available to move this inside. So their engineers were puzzled, though Elecon was one of the top fabrication and erection company for coal conveyors and other things. So 10 days, 15 days, everybody is going there and seeing that how to move that, because there's a pit. If they put this there, then the machine may topple and then it may harm. So one experienced worker who was on leave came there and then he said, "Isme kya badi baat hai? Just fill the foundation pit with ice, slide the machine, and then pump out the ice. That way they could solve the item." So common sense, workers are more better to give small ideas, but it may be possible that supervisor in between may not understand the importance of idea. Today, every paisa saved in production cost definitely will impact the profitability and competitiveness and market share. So all my MSME friends have to be very particular of reducing the cost by understanding their balance sheet, applying, understanding hard skill and soft skill, absenteeism and other things, and digitization. These are all three critical pillars on which our India can become a $5 trillion economy. So thank you everybody for joining, and please join us for next webinar on 26th. Thank you. Sir, my video was not there at all. See, stop video, start video, you not started.
Sir, it was started actually after that.
I don't know. You are able to see my photo?
Yes.
I don't know why.
So